Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Miss Dhanusha. I chat about self-care for millennial women who are 9-to-5ers, have side hustles, or are content creators. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm here today chatting about why I quit my 9-to-5 job. So it's juicy. Stick around for some tea. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome. I know exactly why you're here. So yeah, let's just get into shout out of the week. Last week's video was my plan with me session. If you haven't watched it, then go watch it. And yeah, the shout out of the week goes out to Tatum Selfcare. She said, I really enjoyed this, and thank you so much, Tatum. You want to be shout out in next week's video, then just comment on this one and I might just shout you out. Okay, cool. So let me just have some tea before this gets really interesting. So today, like I mentioned, I'm going to be chatting about why I quit my job. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of context. I am somebody who has studied multiple things and not finished because I think they were the wrong things for me. And over the years, I realized that digital marketing is the thing that I'm really interested in and I really love doing, and something that I'm pretty good at in terms of the social media side to it, at least. So 4 years ago, I started my blog, and that's when the things started happening. I figured out, what is a newsletter, how to develop a website. Well, not really develop, but create one. I had a free one for quite some time. And I also studied computer science, so it did help, in a sense, to understand the back end of things. But yeah, I realized how social media works. I realized how to create content, how to understand it, how to market on it. And yeah, so I really developed this passion for digital marketing. So I knew that computer science was not something that I wanted to work in. So I found a way to get out of it and a way to get into digital marketing, because that's where my passion lies. And I'm a person that definitely needs to be passionate about what I'm doing. And if I'm not, I'm really unhappy. I put my heart and soul into every single thing that I do. Into my relationships also, into anything that I do. And if I have to do it half-heartedly, then for me it's just not fulfilling and I don't see a point to it. So the reason why I quit, there isn't one reason. I think it was multiple reasons. And I have to just mention that I only started in this particular space in the company only just before COVID, and I do think that COVID most likely had a negative effect on just overall the company and just life in general and the world, obviously. So I may have not quit if COVID didn't happen. So it's kind of a catch-22 situation, because on one side COVID negatively impacted my work, but it also positively impacted influencer marketing. So if you have researched, or if you looked up if you've read any articles about influencer marketing, particularly during lockdown 2020 up to now, it really has grown. The industry is said to be how many is it? $15 billion industry by the end of next year. So like I say, there was pros and there's really big cons. I was really into my job, at least before COVID. I think, COVID started almost immediately, so I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to say 6 months into it, I was still into it. March, April, May, June, July, August, yeah. And then from there, things just went south. It went completely south. And there was so much pressure and so much to do. And if you're working right now, you might also have this pressure. I know a lot of people are saying and feeling that working from home is much worse than working from the office. And I don't just mean waking up and heading to your laptop and not being able to switch off. Yes, that is part of it. But I mean the workload, the fact that some companies are not hiring anymore. Some places have got a lot more work to do, it's just split among the people that are there because they don't want to hire because it's a bit risky. So in saying that, I can't say everything that went down, but what I can say is that things got really stressful to the point where I thought I was going to have a nervous breakdown. Again, I have had a nervous breakdown before. I'll link it up somewhere here so you can go and watch that video. I I get into details about that. But it was about twice that I realized like, oh shit, like if I don't slow down and if I don't do something about this, then I'm gonna end up in hospital. I'm gonna end up really ill. And it's a tough realization because you don't want to give up on something that you actually enjoyed, even if it wasn't for the entire time. And you don't want to give up on, you know, an opportunity to grow in a company or, you know, in the working world, in corporate, because I'm at an age that if you don't have a career by now, like people are like, what are you doing? And I'm also at an age where, you know, you want to move on to and into like bigger things, like buying a house and all of that stuff. So you kind of want to be stable. But like I mentioned already, is that I can't do something if my heart's not in it. And so all the stress and the pressure made it really difficult, and there were a few scenarios well, not scenarios, there were a few things that happened that really put the nail in the coffin. And I can't give away all of it, but do read in between the lines. Some people, not at the company, but clients, were extremely vicious and cruel, and also there wasn't the culture that I expected. So like I said, COVID could have impacted that, because the culture would have been completely different should we had been in office. So there was multiple things that really led me into this decision. But overall, it's choosing my mental health and choosing my peace and my sanity, because I was going to lose it. And also just having a career, also, I'm gonna call it a career because it is, in influencing is also difficult to manage. But I was doing it quite well. I had like such a good routine. I had such a good like balance. Okay, not really balance, but I had such a good like, you know, way of working. I would work after hours all the time, and it wouldn't be a problem for both. And I'd wake up 5 a.m. and I would wake up at 3 a.m. and I'd be working. And it got to a point where it's like, you know, I'm putting in all this effort, but what am I getting in return? I'm not getting any extra money. I'm not getting any like recognition. I'm not getting anything really. So, you know, what am I gaining from this? And like I said earlier, is that COVID positively impacted the influencer industry. So I was booking back-to-back brand deals, and I still am. So if you haven't checked out my Instagram, please check it out. And thank you so much for being a part of this community. Like, thank you so much. Yeah, so it really did highlight to me, like, look, this is an actual thing. If you want to make this work, you can. And it's thanks to, I pointed out quite a few people, but it's mostly thanks to Kanya, and also Vanessa Lau, and I'll put them in my description if you want to check them out. Kanya is an influencer marketing specialist, and I took her Impact Influencer course, and I follow her stuff religiously. And then Vanessa Lau is a content coach, or coach for content creators. Yeah, so check them out if you haven't. If you are in this space and you're wanting to know more about it, or do it on your own full-time, book brand deals, all that stuff. But yeah, so I realized, like, you know, you can actually make money here. Even if I don't make what I made in my job, it's okay. Or if I do make what I made in my job or more, that's also okay. You just have to be really good at budgeting. And if you're not, then it's a problem. And that's something I only learned or started to do last year as well. I did the no buy challenge. You can check that out. And I really just try to get my shit in order. So what did I do before quitting? Actually, I lie. When I quit, I didn't really have a plan, but in my notice period, I did. So I bought a course that's going to help me to create something from it. What it is, I don't know. I do know, but I'm not going to give it away yet, but you'll see when it's time. I'm still taking the course. And then I also saved quite a bit. I saved more than 6 months worth of what I would need. So that includes like rent, food, things that I need on a month-to-month basis. And then a little bit extra for what you might need, you know, like for example, medication, going to the doctor, all of that stuff, dentistry, whatever, you need to have savings for that, because, you know, anything can go wrong. And Murphy's Law, when shit is like bad, it's bad. Or what is that law? I'm messing it up now. But you know what Murphy's Law is. Yeah, that one. So that was the exit plan, and still working on it. And yeah, so I just wanted to chat about one more thing, like how do you know when it's time to quit? I think when you wake up with that dread every single day, literally every single day for months, it was like, do I have to do this again? Do I need to go through this again? Do I have to feel this shit, or being made to feel this shit? Is this with my mental health? Is this with my sadness? Is this gonna cost me for the rest of my life? Am I gonna be this stressed forever? Those are the questions I was asking myself. If I continue like this, what's going to happen to me? Yeah, so like I mentioned, if you need to get out, there are means and ways for you to get out. There are things that you can do. I'm not saying leave your job, but at least try to find another one. If it's maybe just the company, or maybe just the role that you're in that you can't get out of. I know it's a pandemic, so it's really not a good time, but if you have an idea and you think you can make it work, and you can get a coach or a mentor or somebody to help and assist you, go for gold and make sure you have a plan, right? I also mentioned Tabile in my post. I'll also link her below. She's a mindset coach that will help you if you're trying to get rid of your 9 to 5. But yeah, I'm not going to preach to you about how being an entrepreneur is great, because it's difficult. It's stressful on a different level. What's a good stress that I kind of like, but still stressful, and you need to be seriously planned, and it is tough. So if you're happy in your 9 to 5, stick with it. Stick with it. But yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that, you know, it's never too late to do something different, and it's never too late to pursue your dreams. And no matter what age you are, it doesn't mean that you're behind in life. Trust me, I had those feelings a lot, but I realize now that I'd rather be passionate about what I do every single day than just do something for the sake of a paycheck. So yeah, if you have any questions, pop them down below, chat to me. If you want to DM me on Instagram. And yeah, please share, like, comment, subscribe on this video if you took something away from it. Always remember to put your mental health first. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video.